The recently released Netflix action epic's been getting a lot of good reviews. Gosling does a great job of making us laugh with deadpan humor, and we don't disagree with the magic that the Russo brothers bring to the big screen. But we kind of feel like Netflix action movies have started to follow a pretty predictable pattern, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. Let's dive in. So first off, let's take a look at how Netflix has been doing so far. We have no idea what's going on at Netflix. The streaming service appears to be incapable of producing a good film. In terms of TV, we don't believe any streaming service even comes close to being as good as the streaming giant. Amazon Prime has The Boys, and Disney Plus has WandaVision and The Mandalorian, but Netflix's back catalog dwarfs both. The list goes on and on. BoJack Horseman, Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, The Umbrella Academy. However, its films fall short. Don't Look Up stumbled its way to a Best Picture nomination, but the widespread feeling was that it was undeserved. Since then, we've got The Man from Toronto, Persuasion, Spiderhead, and The Gray Man. Let's focus on the final one in particular. So, The Gray Man fits predictably into a category. The Gray Man is Netflix's 2022 action epic, following in the footsteps of Extraction, The Old Guard, Red Notice, and Six Underground. If you've seen them, you've basically seen this one. It's a stretch to suggest that all action movies are the same. Die Hard with a Vengeance is one of the best films of all time, but Netflix doesn't only create action movies. It creates the most formulaic, by-the-numbers, star-powered yet absolutely devoid of content action films. We'd be fine with it if it was producing Die Hard with a Vengeance or even Die Hard 2s. However, we are receiving Die Hard 5s. We're going to get Jack Reachers. All of the action movie tropes are being mashed together. Nothing matters because there is so much gunshot spray and explosions. We no longer care about things blowing up if they blow up in every scene without any real consequences. Okay, so the Russo brothers could have done a better job. The most disappointing aspect is the fighting scenes. The Russos are in charge of the direction, and in our opinion, they could have done much better. The Winter Soldier, directed by the Russos, boasts the finest hand-to-hand action in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They even brought back Chris Evans for this one, yet only around 20% of the frames are noteworthy in 3 important hand-to-hand combat scenes. The rest are just smooshed together with badly timed cuts or close-ups. We're assuming this is to save time and money, but why not just use part of the explosion budget instead? And the movie isn't all that terrible. The Gray Man isn't altogether bad. We believe it's pretty forgettable, but this is due to overcommitment. Every scene is cranked up to 11, but it lacks John Wick's composure. It's all simply cacophony. We were shocked that our favorite part of a film, starring Ana de Armas and Jessica Henwick, is Chris Evans, but he's indisputably fantastic in it. The trailer, which compiles all of Evans' finest remarks, does not do Evans' despised villain justice. This is one of his greatest performances, and it's a shame it's in service of yet another Netflix action movie with little depth or character. The disadvantage of Evans' success is that everyone else does a meh job at best. De Armas has a little part, which is inhibited by the film's concentration on Gosling, who's as charming as ever, but presents a disappointingly narrow character portrayal. Digging inside Henwick's character yields a stronger film, and while Billy Bob Thornton's appearance provides a touch of sympathy, Regé-Jean Page feels misdirected and one note. The Russo brothers are slated to follow this up with another Netflix film starring Millie Bobby Brown, and we can't help but think she, like Gosling, De Armas, Henwick, and Page, will wind up playing underwhelming moments rather than having the opportunity to light up the screen as she did in Enola Holmes. Finally, it's still one of Netflix's most popular movies for this year. Netflix has disclosed The Gray Man's viewing stats. While the streamer's most costly film to date hasn't led the overall charts in terms of hours seen, it easily ranks among the top 5 most watched Netflix films ever when comparing opening weekends. The Gray Man was watched for 88.55 million hours in its first 3 days. Only Red Notice, with 148.72 million hours, Don't Look Up, with 111.03 million hours, The Atom Project, with 92.4 for 3 million hours, and perhaps most shockingly, The Kissing Booth 3, with a whopping 90.86 million hours, have surpassed that opening. Despite failing to take the top place, it's evident Netflix is happy with The Gray Man's performance, as it became the second most watched Netflix film of the year, behind only Ryan Reynolds' The Adam Project. The streamer has commissioned a sequel and a spin-off written by Deadpool writers Brett Reese and Paul Wernick. Those viewing at home have had a generally positive reaction. The Gray Man has already been dubbed the finest action film of the year by viewers. Is the movie predictable and similar to a lot of other action films? Yeah, but it still hits that itch for a fun, action-filled film the same way we keep watching cliché romantic comedies. Yeah, we know he gets the girl at the end, but it's still kinda comforting to watch a movie fulfill the same stock tropes as the ones before it. And here's some other related news you might have missed out on. First off, The Gray Man's all set to be turned into a franchise. The Russo brothers have a knack for turning simple plots into trilogies, and this movie's no different. Netflix is turning its new spy thriller into a franchise, revealing plans for a sequel and a spin-off. It was one of the platform's most costly films to date, and according to the company, it was the most watched picture on the streaming site in 92 countries. They revealed that Ryan would resume his role as CIA mercenary Court Gentry, aka Sierra 6, in the franchise's second episode. At a press event in Mumbai last week, Joe Russo promised that Dhanush will be a part of the franchise in the future. The sequel will be directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, with the script written by The Gray Man co-writer Stephen McFeely. Netflix issued a press statement confirming that the crew is also working on a spin-off film that will explore many different aspects of the Gray Man universe. Next, here's what Regé-Jean Page had to say about working with Chris and Ryan. Regé-Jean Page, the British actor who left the popular series Bridgerton, recently opened up about working with co-stars Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling, calling them brilliant and entertaining. Page talked about working with the two actors in The Gray Man during his first in-studio visit on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on Tuesday. He shared that he loved working with Gosling because Gosling's got the most wonderful, wry, absurdist humor, while Evans is incredibly kind. Page also loved the trash stash they added on the villain of the movie, who looks like he's going to star in an adult film. He added that there was a lot of banter between Evans and Gosling on set that he enjoyed witnessing. Finally, what's going on with the Russo brothers? Co-directors Anthony and Joe Russo aren't particularly good series managers or even project managers. It's odd that the brothers like utilizing profiteering desk jockeys as foils in their exorbitantly priced blockbusters, given that their approach as filmmakers is strictly middle management. Sam Raimi's endearingly eccentric Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Joseph Kosinski's marvelously efficient Top Gun Maverick, and even Taika Waititi's smugly funny Thor: Love and Thunder have all appeared in 2022. On the contrary, the Russos of Ohio demonstrate that it's possible for directors to be notably boring while working with brand name movie actors, top-tier stunt teams, and no less than 4 credited editors. After making their directorial debut with the slick, amusing 2002 caper comedy Welcome to Collinwood, the Russos went on to film Arrested Development and subsequently Happy Endings, 2 superb sitcoms that benefited greatly from their talents. Their gift for quick cause and effect cutting and up-tempo ensemble dialogue made them a hot commodity on the small screen, but their eventual transition into 2 of the most commercially successful American filmmakers is difficult to reconcile, not least because after reaching the professional pinnacle, the Russos developed Hollywood's worst contemporary case of foot-in-mouth syndrome. Perhaps because the Russos think that their films don't say much, they continue to speak up on their behalf. In 2019, while promoting Avengers Endgame, Joe gave IndieWire some stock quotes about the film's "Why So Serious" mandate to make Marvel's characters confront the finality of death, before pivoting to sing the praises of Italian maestro Michelangelo Antonioni, director of elliptical masterpieces like La Ventura and Red Desert. The greatest of the Russos' Marvel films was undoubtedly 2014's Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which was enjoyably harsh and muscular, and contained a high-speed, downtown shootout that shamed everything in The Gray Man in retrospect. The Winter Soldier also had the unusual virtue of being released before the studio's totalizing multi-platform supremacy had turned from fascinating phenomena into a trap. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think The Gray Man was different from other Netflix action films? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.